And it is the day of the big match, India's biggest match if we're talking about stature of opponent. I know everyone's thinking, oh, India, Pakistan. But, I mean, let's be honest. Pakistan, not really that much of a challenge in their current state. The current team that you're going to be up against, the Australia, although many will argue that perhaps your biggest opponent today could be rain. But let's assume that we're getting a full
Or
game.
history.
Well, history could very well be. It's a revenge game, as many people are calling it.
Not us.
7 months of pain.
7.
Yeah, it's been that long.
Yeah.
It really has been that long.
That day doesn't exist.
It's whitewashed from history.
Yes.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, but a big pressure game for Australia because a loss here will put them at the risk of elimination, assuming Afghanistan defeat Bangladesh.
By a margin.
That will confirm their elimination.
By a margin.
Yes. And if this game in St. Lucia gets washed out, then both the teams will share points and India will be confirmed of a semi-final.
And Bangladesh will be confirmed of elimination.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then Afghanistan, even if they win by a run, then they'll be through because of
the number of points.
Yeah.
More number of points as well.
Australia
More
would
points
definitely be wanting a game, at least a game to happen.
Yep.
Yeah, I think if there's one team that will be desperate for a game to happen, it would be the Aussies. India far more chill, and also worth remembering that for all the talk about, oh, this Australia team and this, that, India do have a pretty good record against Australia in the T20 World Cup format.
3-2.
Yeah, 3-2 is a pretty good this thing, but of course in ODI World Cups it gets badly skewed. But this is not an ODI World Cup, it's a T20 World Cup, and this Indian team so far unbeaten. This Australian team so far have shown a lot of chinks, particularly with, and I cannot believe I'm saying this for an Australian team, the fielding. What has been up with their fielding? They've been fielding like Pakistan.
I think Gulati has a number, 10 catches?
They've dropped more than 10 catches so far, and 6 alone came in the match against Scotland.
Oh my god. And there were 4 in the previous game also that they played.
6 of those, 2 of those 6 chances I think were very hard chances.
But there were many regulations.
But even 3 to 4 regulation catches being missed, that probably happens in a calendar year with Australia, let alone happening in one match. But all of that has been a big anomaly. The other big anomaly that's been with regards to St. Lucia has been how pacers have actually gone for more runs than spinners, because other venues you see that there is a trend which goes against the one that you see in St. Lucia. Pacers averaging just about 10. In fact, economy as far as spinners are concerned, tad better, just around the 7-run mark over there. But there is a difference if you see now. With all of that being said, there are talks of a mid-stock coming back into the Indian team, and I don't think with regards to the stat that I just put out as well, that changes anything with regards to matchups and what Australia would have wanted to do on this batter-friendly track, where we've seen, I think, on 2 occasions, and by that I mean 2 matches, with the 200-run mark being breached as well.
Yes.
There are 2 ways to actually look at what Australia are in this situation they are in right now. One way to look at it is that they haven't looked their best till now. Like, not even close to their best. Even I remember in the Scotland game,
the England game was clinical.
Yeah, no, but
36 runs.
even in the Scotland game, they could have lost that game if that great innings by Marcus Stoinis would not have come lower down the order. Secondly, dropping catches. But the other side is that even though they are not at their best, I think at max they are playing at their 40 to 50% strength. They are still in a situation where they might just, reach the semi-finals, and
qualifications in their own
hands. Yes. Qualification is still in their own hands, even after dropping so many catches, even after not being at their best. So, but yeah, I can after that 19th November, I can never rule them out of any ICC tournament.
It's not just about the 2019 World Cup here. You can never
2023.
rule them out.
2023.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can never rule them out, because again, this is a team, bona fide match winners are plenty. I mean, they have so many match winners that they could keep one out of their last game because they thought it would be a good tactical call.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, it wasn't.
I think the batting was to blame in that game, but Ashton Agar did bowl well.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And it was a good tactical move, because seeing the conditions and everything, they are always really nice at reading wickets, and we very well know that. So that's exactly what they did.
They required around 47, 48 of
when Glenn Maxwell was playing,
37 balls. It was gettable.
Yeah, towards the end, it was more the batters that ended up losing them that particular game than you could say the bowlers. I mean, in particular, Pat Cummins, back-to-back hat tricks now?
Yeah.
Madness. Madness. This is a man who
Can you make it a
T20s
hat trick of hat tricks?
Hopefully not.
Hat-trick.
If that happens, then
Hat tricks of Patrick.
if that happens, then you're going to be seeing a lot of memes featuring one very particular song.
Shane, no mention of
We
the
know
song.
it's happening.
Yes.
We know it's
Mention of the
happening. It's already playing in my head.
It's even if Australia to win tonight, you're getting so many of those reels anyway.
Yeah. So social media is going to be flooded with those. But I mean, look, let's be honest. This is a game that no one is going to say India are outright favorites. Every other game so far that's been the case.
Shivam has something to say.
If India beat Australia, then another song also.
Which one would that be?
That guy, na, that this position.
Which song is that?
Shane, I expect you to.
Yeah, you are the meme master here.
No, I'm not a meme master by any stretch of the
Master of
imagination.
memes.
I spend too much time on social media. That's the only difference.
Master of memes.
Master of memes. Better than being master of something else.
That Haryanvi song.
Which one? Yeah. Huh? I'll send it to me on my phone. I'll
Or
see
just
it.
whisper it maybe.
No, he is whispering it. I can't hear it. That's the problem.
But coming back to the match, I think it's clear skies for now. The sun is out and
Chale, Kapila.
Which one is it?
Yeah, there's this one song. I'll make you
You got
do
it.
it
I
after.
hope there won't be a copyright issue.
No, there won't be a copyright
Yeah, as
issue.
long as you're singing, there won't be
Yeah.
one.
Enough said.
Yeah.
I'm not touching anything more than that on this.
But yeah, I think
particular-
coming back to the match, the sun is out, clear skies for now, but the weather for the remaining, I think for the next few hours isn't that promising.
It's not good. It's not good because again, if you're going by the weather reports that were doing the rounds, 10 a.m. onwards you're expecting showers. 10:30 is
Yes.
when the match starts local time. So it's not good. It continues to have either intermittent cloud cover or cloud cover for the next 3-4 hours. So
Sounds something familiar to what we experienced earlier in the day. That's how the day began.
yeah. It's actually Indian weather is mirroring that a lot. So I know for a fact that today in the Delhi NCR region, certain parts of Delhi got rain in the morning time, certain got it in the evening time. We got it in the evening time here a while back. So it's become very pleasant. We're thankful for that, considering the record, heat waves that we've been going through. But either which way, if we're talking about, the weather in St. Lucia, not looking good at all. But so I think that makes the toss more important for two reasons. One, you want to be batting second.
Yes.
B, second, if there is cloud cover, you want your bowlers to be able to exploit if there is going to be any moisture movement, if you're going to get anything early. We'll have toss updates in a bit. The good news is we've seen visuals of what St. Lucia is like right now. It did rain there early in the morning, but right now that's cleared out. There is a bit of sun there, so that's a positive. It doesn't at least mean that you're going to be having there's not going to be a truncated start, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
That's a relief.
Yeah, you've already seen one such match of the day, and I think you're done with it. that match had so many stop-start issues with it. But let's hope this game is not just a full-fledged game, but also a game without that pause that we don't really want. We've seen too much of it in recent times. The India-Canada game comes to my mind, and so many other instances.
India-Pakistan.
The India-Pakistan.
Oh God, yeah, we
we
were
don't
leaving
want
office.
rain to be playing a spoil sport. But we have to call it whatever it is. It doesn't look promising at the moment in St. Lucia. We are still about 5 minutes away
from the toss.
But I wonder, because there's a lot of footage from the past being played out by the broadcaster. I just am eager to see what's really happening on the ground, because this doesn't make for a good reading as far as programming
Yeah,
is
the optics
concerned.
is concerned. We know if you're playing.
Exactly, the programming is not indicative of a start happening in 5
No, but you have to
minutes.
also be.
No,
look at
it's
the ground.
clear,
It's
it's
all
clear.
right. You also
Good.
have to look at the player
You
in
can even
question
see
to
sun.
understand why that footage is being played.
Okay.
Enough said.
All of the eyes, I think, are going to be on a Virat Kohli, and I know a lot of people I think a lot of the eyes are going to be on Virat Kohli in this
Are they
game
always?
specifically. Specifically, even more today.
I mean, to be fair, there is a precedent. The last time you played Australia in the
that's
T20
right.
World Cup, Mohali 2016, that
2016.
legendary knock.
82.
I mean, it's
51.
funny. It's very funny. You've had 3 T20 World Cups now in the span of 4 years.
And you've not played Australia.
This is the first time you're playing Australia. You didn't play Australia in
8
21.
years.
You
Yes.
didn't play Australia in 22. It's the first game you're playing against them in 8 years. That is very, very funny. And I know ODI World Cups, you played them twice, but ODI World Cups now the format is such that every team is playing every team anyway. So it hardly matters. But yeah, I mean, you're getting to see Indian fans coming in as well. There's a lot of expectation, obviously, for this game to be, thriller. And truth be told, the one game that you're looking at really as a barometer, because again, you've seen certain teams like, England have looked imperious against certain teams, but they've lost to Australia and they've lost to South Africa. So there are question marks. West Indies too was that one team that ended up being minnow bashers, ended up losing out to the big teams. That's what kind of cost them. So there are
it's
question
very
marks.
interestingly poised, this particular match, where while we say that chips are down for Australia right now, and I remember Siddharth saying in this very room, perhaps at this very chair, him saying that they've lost momentum at the very worst moment. I'm just extending that thought. We know how well they know how to bounce back as far as Australians are concerned. I'm just saying, if India are to lose tonight, talk about losing form and momentum.
Oh my God, yeah.
And then the big question marks. Well, Australia will then be looked at. Not only will that assure 99% them of a place in the semi-finals, but talk about India. Then there will be so many questions. And for all you know, you're playing England.
Yeah, that's
again a 99% thing.
And then again, it will be another revenge thing.
Top the group here.
Most likely, because put it this way.
Look at the net run rate. Look at the net run rate that India. I'm saying even if they lose, there is a high percentage chance that you're playing England. Now talk about history playing a role. Talk about looking into the rear view mirror. Talk about matchups. Talk about head-to-heads. Talk about what happened in the last meeting. And on top of that, losing a big match, possibly the biggest match that you've had in these 8 games that you've played so far. And then you lose that, the only match that you lose, and then everything then appears so grim and gloomy to you. I wonder what could then happen. So from confidence perspective, India must win.
Oh, absolutely, because again, you're going up against an England side who knocked you out in the last World Cup in the semis. Who's the man who played a key role in that? Josh Butler just happened to find form against the USA. Said, no, I'm going to hit these guys for everything possible. Poor Harmeet Singh has been smacked back to whichever company he works for.
I remember the times that they had some sort of a deadline of sorts.
17.1 overs.
3.1 overs, finished the chase off.
Yeah.
Then inside 10 overs, finished the chase off the other day.
And the deadline was 17.1.
70.
It was 17.1. They said no. We'll finish it before that. We're going to go home quickly.
I think they're peaking at the right time now. Suddenly, the English side.
The best thing about England
I think I must take from them how to take deadline seriously.
Yeah. The best thing about England is that they have a very quick turnaround time. They had a very poor outing, a disappointing outing against Scotland before the game was rained off. Then you lost to Australia, but the remaining 2 matches, the wins were very, very comprehensive.
Yeah.
Then you started off well against West Indies, lost to South Africa,
and that was a close
win. Yeah, they required 25 of 16 at one stage with both Liam Livingstone and Moeen Ali at the crease. But then I think the way they have bounced back against USA, that's I think goes on to show the kind of quality that England have in their lineup. And obviously, they'll not be, despite losing to Australia and South Africa early on, I think they would still start as favourites against India.
Yeah, I would agree. And again, the thing with India is them facing South Africa. You'd say, okay, South Africa, they're a team that chokes in knockouts in this
And
time.
India?
But no, of course, that's what I'm getting to. One, A, that India are no better in recent history. B is that this is a South Africa team that if nothing else have shown, they know how to get over the line.
They are actually relishing those close finishes.
They had a dominant win. I don't think they have. Every game of theirs has seemingly gone down the wire.
Yeah.
And every game you're thinking, oh, now they'll choke, but they haven't.
Yeah.
They just haven't. I mean, Sri Lanka was the one win that was really dominant.
They still won in 16.4 overs,
Exactly.
79.
Exactly. Other than that, say USA 18 runs, England 7 runs, Nepal 1 run, Bangladesh 4 runs. Again, they haven't had a single comfortable win. Even against the Netherlands, it took a 50 from David Miller to quell
They
the
were 12 for 4.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they've not had a close victory. They've not had a big victory.
Big victory, yeah.
Every win has been a tough one. And that is not a good sign, because we know for a fact that this is a team that has hitters. That middle order is one of the most imperious.
Of course.
But don't you think, Shane, that is also an advantage to a team like South Africa? You know why? Because they're used to choking in the
I agree.
semi-finals and the
Exactly what
finals.
he's
Yeah.
saying.
So now suddenly, because they have
Exactly what
gotten
he's
over the
saying.
line, they have that belief going into the semi-final
Yes.
that till the last ball isn't bowled, we aren't out of this
And
game.
don't forget, their captain is the one man who's actually won an ICC tournament.
And 2 SA20 titles.
Yes, so Aiden
Some
Markram.
Eastern Cape.
Aiden Markram is a severely underrated captain, and I was very surprised that he got dropped from captaincy even of Sunrisers, because I know he was not a guaranteed starter.
Pat Cummins over him.
See, it really depends. I agree that Pat Cummins internationally is the far better captain, but Pat Cummins doesn't even captain his country. Markram is the captain of his country in white ball cricket.
By the way, you look at the way the shirts there are moving around. tells
It's
you
windy.
ED is very windy over there.
Yeah.
It's
Win
not
the toss and bowl first. And if India somehow win the toss and opt to bowl first, then Australia will really have to score very well in the first innings, because in order for them to top the group, they must make sure that if they are batting first, they need to beat India by a big margin, which is I think close to around 70 or 80 odd. But the most favourable option for the Aussies here would be that they win the toss and field first.
And I mean,
then they would have to target India.
And not just that, I also feel that today, I know there are people a lot of times say that I spread negativity around Virat Kohli, but today I'll be very honest, I have this feeling since
Are you
yesterday.
getting those messages?
No. I
Achha, you
can
read
see
the comments.
Yeah. So I feel that
Guys, please be nicer to Sashwat.
No, that it's fine.
He's,
It's fine.
he's taking things so seriously.
No, that's fine. I just
there's
speak
one
what-
person in this panel who takes things way more seriously than others.
No, but I just feel that I just speak what my gut
Where is
feeling
he?
says.
Probably watching us from home.
Who is he?
He's who?
Australia have won the toss, and I
And they're
think
batting second.
more than likely they'll
And
be
they're batting
fielding.
second.
Listen, even without rain, this venue has seen 5 games, and every single occasion the captain has chosen to field. So you are not going to
And
change
also,
it.
why I was saying this, that I feel today, like I'll be very honest again, like I am. So I feel that it's going to be Virat's day. And I was listening to Sidvi sir yesterday in the post match. There also, I agree with his
You were off
point.
yesterday, right?
Yeah.
That's why I was watching.
But I was
from home.
that's why I was watching, right?
Yeah.
So I agreed with that point that in a game where India isn't under pressure and the Aussies are under pressure, I think Virat is going to flourish. And if India would have ended up chasing in this game, then the chances of that happening were even more.
Yeah, so
Now I
we
think
know.
even I think Virat, it's going to be his day today. And
Even then. So regardless.
yeah, regardless of that,
It
but
was a chase. It would have been
a much bigger.
better
Yeah, then he
suited.
would have not gone back to the
But
pavilion
even
without
then,
winning the game for
that
India.
Toss doesn't change things for you.
No.
He's expecting a big Virat Kohli,
Yeah,
which is a
today.
big
So
prediction.
it's just that I don't hate him or I have nothing against him. It's just that what I feel, and I always say that. So yeah.
And I somehow expect Rohit Sharma to once again say, toss does not matter to me. I always wanted to bat first. So yeah, I've got what I wanted.
Him wanting to bat first in windy, tricky, cloudy conditions against Mitch Stark. I'll have a hard time stomaching that one.
No, but it's surprising to see that the stands are really empty even for such a big
Yeah.
game.
It's an early
Yeah.
morning start, man.
No, but still India, Australia.
And you know, there's been a big commute issue over
It's
there.
a Monday.
It's a massive.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a Monday morning there.
Australia have confirmed their one change. Mitchell Stark
In
comes
place of
in for
Ashton
Ashton
Agar.
Agar.
Mitchell
No
Stark
surprises.
in big games, not a worrisome sign at all.
But I have a prediction here. I feel that Mohammad Siraj
IPL
might start
2022
ahead of
he didn't do
Jasprit
anything.
Bumrah.
No, just the knockouts.
Possibility.
No, but is Mohammad Siraj coming in the side?
I just feel that India might just rest Bumrah because they know
No.
No,
That's
not
not
resting
happening.
anyone.
Not happening.
Not happening.
Not happening.
The World Cup isn't the place where Bumrah will be rested for sure.
Yeah, they'll rest him after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much
And
as
he's
necessary.
rested after this. They have
As
already.
much as necessary, they'll rest him.
They have,
Like-
I think in that duration, you all would have said would have been no change.
No, but by the way, Rohit says they would have fielded first.
Oh, finally.
But no change, right?
Because you know he's the opener. He won.
It's not just because of that. This track in general has favored chasing.
Yes.
Generally a belter of a track, and it has been, let's say, teams have chased well.
Yes, I was just looking at some of the scores here. 180 plus, you've seen 200 plus totals. Then you've seen a match in which
Playing the same
163 odd was scored. So there is runs on offer over here.
No, but Harshit said, you know what? It's in the night game. During the day game, I think it's South Africa. The game they defended 160 odd.
England.
Yeah, England. It was here only.
Much
Yeah,
better
That
only
day the
than if
wicket
they're
was
playing in the day.
Not if you bowl
No,
cutters.
yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
South
We
Africans,
saw
the
that in
key-
that game.
The key for them was they
Was it
started
Saint
bowling
Lucia?
cutters.
Yeah.
Game.
Saint Lucia has seen high scores, but not during the day.
Yeah, so during the day it becomes interesting because I think the go-to for pacers. I know pacers have gotten most wickets here, but they've also been way more expensive.
And I was reading somewhere this is the same wicket that was used for the England South Africa.
Oh,
game
so that
also,
means
yeah.
definitely they'll be favourite cutters.
It's the center wicket if I'm not wrong.
So they'll definitely
Which
be
then
favourite
means
the
that
cutters.
the new ball might just be the way for all the teams, for both the teams basically, to get off to a good start. Because then after that, once
And the
ball
power
gets a
play for the
little
batting team also.
Yeah. once the ball gets old, I think it will be difficult to score, because that's what happened with South Africa also. They got off to a blistering start, but at the end they could only manage like 162 odd. They were, I think, around 75 or 80 odd after the first 6-7 overs.
But clearly you see the two teams again. It takes me back to the one day which we will not talk about, how the two teams have approached and interpreted the conditions differently. India, you see, have gone with only two out and out pacers. Australia, on the other hand, 3 fast bowlers.
Yeah, but that's their strength. I think
it's
that's
not
the
just
reason.
that. The other thing you have to remember with Australia is that of their 3 fast bowlers, 2 are more than decent bats.
Yes.
Pat
Yeah.
Cummins
It's
and
just
Stark.
but when you talk about their attributes, they're first fast bowlers.
Yeah, but Harshit, you know what?
Express fast bowlers, a couple of them.
But these are two big teams. I think more than playing on the other team's weakness, they're also playing on their
Their
own
strengths.
strengths.
Strengths,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, and that is what
Exactly.
India is doing here, and I think that is what Australia are doing.
Exactly.
But I think these are tailor-made conditions for a Virat Kohli. That is what I personally
Also
feel.
worth noting that over here, spinners, whilst they haven't gotten as many wickets, have been more economical. So a Jadeja and Akshar could be very useful in the middle overs, especially if it's sluggish early on. Now, of course, the key is, first things first, you're going to have to look to set a good target. That is going to be key, because again, if there's one thing we know with this Indian team, setting targets against bigger opposition can
For
be
me,
an
the
issue.
one thing that I am looking forward to, while there is of course a great sense of comfort in terms of you're not the one looking for qualification right now, as desperately as the opposition is, so that pressure is not on you. But the one thing I am looking forward to, you've talked about aggressive play, you've talked about living by that that gung-ho approach, you've lost wickets doing that, trying to do that. Today though, do you get into a shell because you see an opponent which has put you under the pump, has taken away the World Cup from you, has had the better of you on big occasions? Do you get into a shell, or you continue to be resolute with what you've had in mind? When you look at the opponent at times, like you say about a Virat Kohli, like you would say about a Mahendra Singh Dhoni playing right at the death, that the pressure would be the other side, because you're bowling to a Virat Kohli, because you're bowling to a Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Today though, when you see a Stark bowl to you, a Cummins bowl to you, a Hazelwood bowl to you, do you still dance down the track? Do you still take your chances, or do you play the way that you've been playing?
Listen, this is the same Rohit Sharma who's leading the side, who was playing tentatively against Fazal Farooqi.
Yeah.
If Stark is bowling
He was
with
at sea the other day.
No, but you know what? I feel that India are going to take the same approach of taking the bowlers on, because these are tailor-made situations. See, opportunity to knock out Australia. Even if you lose the game, you're not going to be out of the World Cup, so you don't have that.
Just need to make sure you
pressure.
don't lose by a big margin.
Yeah,
That's it.
and I don't think that's even playing in the team. So I think they are going to play with the same approach, because here they would definitely be wanting to make a statement. Moving into the semi-finals, they would know that if we knock out Australia here, they'll be really high on confidence going in the semi-final. So I think it's going to be the same approach. You are playing 8 batters. There's nothing to lose in this game. All that is there to lose is for the Australians, and Virat would love these conditions.
I think India have no reason to go into their shell, because the two openers, they really love pace bowling. The record in Australia and against the Australian pacers, speaks for itself in the remaining 2 formats also. So this is where I think they would just look to make sure that they, just go after them in the power play. But the one thing here that interests me is that, what if India lose, quick wickets? Then do you see a certain Shivam Dube being promoted up the order, or maybe someone else, maybe a Ravindra Jadeja or Akshar Patel too?
No. Shivam Dube, I don't think they're going to promote him if there's a collapse from the top order, because even in the Pakistan game we saw, and in those situations, the Indian team sort of wants to protect their middle order, then they push a batter up the order, either Jadeja or Akshar. I think it's going to be Akshar, to lengthen their batting even further. So I think that's going to be the same approach. I sort of disagree with that approach. At those times, I think I agree with you. You should send in a Shivam Dube to actually counter attack in a T20 game, especially. That is a better approach. But I think they are going to, if they lose wickets at the top, you could see an Akshar Patel coming up.
Which I wouldn't agree with as a style, as a tactic at all. I didn't agree with it against Pakistan. Because you're typecasting Shivam. You're just saying that you're only there to play spin. That's it. But that kind of defeats the purpose of playing him then. Then if he's only going to be good against one type of bowling, then why play him? Especially against an opposition where he won't be getting that many overs of spin. Maxwell might bowl a couple.
At best 8.
Yeah.
7 maybe.
8 is your best case scenario.
6 to 7.
And also don't forget, Maxwell tends to, if he's bowling fully, tends to bowl you a couple of overs in the power play. So you might not actually see Dube even get those overs. He might just at most only be dealing with his AMPA. Again, it makes no sense. Personally, I'd keep him there regardless and tell him, listen, this is international cricket. You have to be facing the music come what may. Will the Indian team do that? I highly doubt.
So you will push him up the order.
I'll make him back.
Yeah,
to his
even
position right
I
now.
would do that, but I don't think the team is going to do that. And
Yeah.
I don't think it's not about typecasting him there, and it's not like the team doesn't have faith in him that he can't bat up the order. More of a reason I think is that they want somebody to actually be a dasher at the lower order, and nobody is there.
You
So it's
don't
not
want
about
to-
it's about basically protecting him for the last overs.
But Dubey gives you greater confidence as a dasher playing
Exactly.
up the order, not
Yeah,
lower down the order.
but his
You
role
don't
is
know.
really specific in this team. Not till now.
Isn't it more about protecting Hardik Pandya so that he doesn't come in early because he is basically your designated
In fact, you know,
finisher?
Hardik, even if a dasher is going to come up the order, I think even before Shivam Dubey, it's going to be Hardik Pandya. for
No,
that
you
team.
can't do that because he's your designated finisher at this point.
Pandya.
Yeah.
Firstly, I don't think the team has this thought process that they will push in a dasher if the to counter attack. It's the same orthodox thought that you'd send in an Akshar Patel. But if that thought comes in that situation, I feel it's Hardik Pandya ahead of him because the team has shown full what is that?
No, I
faith
get
in
your
him.
point, but the problem is that Jadeja, Akshar, neither of them fulfill finisher role.
Yeah.
Pandya is probably the closest you have. Of course, you do have Rinku Singh, but
Yes.
he's in your travelling
Let's
reserve.
not take
Thanks
him
to
there.
your rather silly decision to not keep him in the 11.
For today's match, Shivam Dubey is my better of the day.
You're better on the
Okay.
That means the top order
Better to
will
watch
fail.
out for. Okay.
Fail or not fail, but he is.
For that, the team needs to fail. The top order needs to
No,
fail.
not necessary. It could be a case
Yeah.
of that they get a quick fire 20,
20-30, yeah, then
That's
it's not a
enough.
failure.
Yeah.
That's enough, you know, if our 8 batters get around 20, 25 or 30 odd, that's enough. I'm telling you. It should be more than enough.
should,
Don't
but
really
8
need to-
batters, 30.
That's what pretty much happened in the last game.
Yeah.
Apart from Hardik Pandya getting that 50, everyone was like 23, 36, 34.
Rohit did say that after
Contributions
the
are
match
good.
got over that we're not looking at 50s now.
Perfect campaign.
T20s, we're not looking at 50s,
Yeah, and-
we're looking at those vital 20-30s, and we're happy with that as a team.
And
That's
now
what
that
it should be
I'm
done.
predicting
But then
a big
everyone should contribute. That's the point, because if not all of them get those contributions, then you are in trouble.
And now that I'm predicting a big Virat score, I would want to see how he actually approaches that. It should be that a blistering 50, 60ish. That's what I'm calling a big innings now, not a 70, 80. Because for that, I know that this template wouldn't suit him to actually get to 70, 80. I would want a quick fire 50, 60 of 25 to 28, 30 balls in these range.
That would be the ideal knock
Yeah.
for a T20.
And that you'll then call him that, yeah, he's truly back in form.
Big day actually for, of course, your senior players as well. Big day, in fact, for that matter. I mean, look, it's always big if it's Australia. No matter the fact that you don't have any pressure of qualification, because you still want to be winning because this is your first big formidable game you're playing. You haven't actually played a big formidable game if you're looking at how it is that, you know, the scenarios have unwrapped itself. You've had very easy games so far. Very, very easy games. You've not had a tough game. I'm not counting Pakistan. There your bowlers also, by the way, bailed you out. Other than that, this is the first team who you're looking at and saying, yeah, these are title contenders. This is a team who could potentially be making making the final and lifting the trophy. You need a big win against them because that was also another problem India had in both 2021 and 2022. You didn't beat title contenders.
Yeah.
Of course, in 22 you beat Pakistan, but Pakistan somehow miraculously got further than you. Then the only other team in that group who were something of a challenge, South Africa, you ended up losing to on a spicy track, sure, but you still lost to them. Other than that, who were you beating? Zimbabwe? Who were the other teams in that group? I'm forgetting.
India beat Zimbabwe,
Pakistan,
they beat
Netherlands.
Netherlands,
Yeah.
and there was one more.
South
team.
Africa, they lost to.
Yeah, South Africa.
So, there was another, no? There should be 5 opposition.
Bangladesh.
Yeah, Bangladesh,
Yeah,
which was
I
also
didn't-
very, very close. Yeah, lest we forget. But see, this time around, you had Ireland, Canada, United States. Canada game.
That was
washed
just the
out.
qualification round, according to me.
No, it's nothing wrong. I think it's good. You need, if you want to make cricket anything
Yeah,
close
you
to
got
a global state.
The same
score.
Pakistan could not qualify. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was
That's
about
what
to
I'm
say.
saying. USA qualified.
You picked Pakistan in top 4. I remember.
Yeah, I did. I'm saying
You
I
also have
did.
Iftikhar Ahmed as your leading all-rounder, na?
No, I never said that, and we should not get that again and again up now.
Anyway, so I mean, okay, see, this is the thing. No, for India, big game, you need to get that win against not just potential title contenders, but not lose, momentum.
Yeah.
Do you want to be losing momentum now? Now, no, because your next game is the semi-final.
Before we get into predictions and even the questions, one thing, let's just go around the room one by one. What is it that you're looking for? I think I already earlier said that I'm looking for runs from the two openers, it still remains as a cause of worry for me, and I'm not particularly just happy with a middling 25 or a 21, something like that. Yes, I know there's been a 37 and a 50, but that 50 also came long back. I'm looking for a partnership in excess of 50, let's say, from the two openers, 50, 60, something like that. If you're getting in about 5-6 overs time against an opponent like Australia, that's what my ask is. I have been happy with what I've seen from the middle order, lower middle and the bowlers. That's the one box I am looking forward to be ticked. We can start with Shashwat then.
I'd very honestly,
Virat Kohli runs.
No. I'm telling you, apart from that only, I'd want either the middle order or the bowling to fail once, because you know that one day is going to come, and
But
that's
India
when the
still-
top
but
order.
India still-
Yeah. No, even if India lose that game and the openers has given a good start, I'll be very happy taking that.
So you from this match want an India failure?
No, I want the bowlers. I wouldn't want the bowlers to fail or the middle order to fail, but yeah, not to just
Have a tough
underperform
time.
a little. Yeah.
Because
have a
so
tough
far
time.
it's only
Yeah.
the bowlers and
Because
middle
they have
orders.
only stood up and they have bailed you out every time. So I would want the top
Bloody.
order to now.
I'm
bail you
actually
out.
looking at two things that I'll say here. Number one is big runs from Rohit, around 50-60 odd of 30 odd balls. This is one thing that I'm looking at, because that's what he needs to, as a batter, to grow in confidence. And number two, an all-round show by Ravindra Jadeja.
Okay.
For that to happen, I'm still going
You
to
need
say
to
this
lose
once
wickets
again.
for him to have an
No.
all-round
He
show.
needs to be promoted up the order, because that's the
No.
best position for him to
No,
bat.
no.
He's not a finisher anymore.
No,
That's
no,
the
no.
point.
But
He
then
was
you,
never a finisher.
Yeah, so then that's of no use, na. If you push him up the order today and he scores runs at around 30 ball 45 or some sort of
Because
that,
that's where
won't-
you are giving him confidence.
But in the
also.
semi-final, you won't see him doing that. Na?
See,
you are saying that in case
I'll
of
go back
Akshar
to-
Patel.
I'll go back to Rohit Sharma's comment. Apart from the openers, number 3 to number 8 is completely flexible. That's it. I'll just go by that.
Shane.
I want the openers to put in a good show. I think you've seen good performances from your bowlers more often than not. Middle order has bailed you out. Opening has been the one source of worry, and really that's a tick box that has been a question mark for a while, because your openers.
More of a question mark.
Yeah,
than
more of a
tick
question mark than a tick box, because you've not really managed to take it. It's been the form of your two senior players who you recalled. They haven't, really come to the party in this World Cup so far. I know Rohit had that 50 against Ireland, but that seems like a lifetime ago. A, because it was the start of the tournament. B, because it was in very alien conditions. You're getting better batting conditions here. Show what you've got. You get a good start there, and then that game is as good as done, because your rest of your batting has been in good form.
Okay, shall we start with the comments?
You
then?
haven't told what do you
I
want.
started off saying that I want runs from the top.
Okay. No, I think you would want to add more.
No, there's nothing more.
I just had a you moment there.
Yeah, correct.
My moments have stopped, and I see others. I think I have given those.
No, I think it's in the chair. Whoever sits
I've
here,
dubbed
it
it off
happens with
to
that person.
so many of you. Siddharth had a couple of those moments as well.
Yeah, now you have
this
stopped. Yeah, it's been a while. I think you're having the bidams.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Dhanush, by the way, when we're starting with comments, Dhanush says that ICC knockout matches are coming and Rohit hasn't scored a 50 against non-Bangladesh teams. And I've given Bumrah stats in ICC knockout matches. Absolute cinema. Dhanush, it's still not the knockout, so let's wait and watch. I mean, Rohit could get a 50 today.
Yeah.
Bumrah could have a great match.
Still not
But it's still not the knockout. Super 8 is another group stage. So let's wait and hold off. But point well taken. Cinema will be when you are taking on either England or South Africa. Potentially England.
Yeah.
Mike Madan says that are the BCCI looking at Pandya and Gill as captain and vice captain in the future?
Absolutely.
Seems so. Plus, I mean, this is India. Having a superstar batter as a captain option.
That's again a wrong call. I feel even moving further.
I know, Sashwat, who your candidate is.
Shreyas Iyer.
Not even Shreyas Iyer.
Who's also a superstar batter.
Even if Shreyas Iyer isn't your first captaincy choice, I think Ruturaj Gaikwad, he has that sample size. You have seen him
What
do
sample
well.
size?
No, in the IPL now he has
The
captained.
IPL he's
previously.
captained one season. So has
Didn't
Gill.
qualify.
And I'm
But
sorry.
even Shubman Gill has just one season to his.
Yeah, but the difference is that Gill is an established member of the 11. At this point in time, Ritu is not. Every single time he's gotten a call up to play for India, he'll
Now
get a
also
finger
you'll see
injury.
But I think Shubman Gill still, I think, is really a far-fetched.
No, even I agree.
It's
I'm
going to
not
be
a-
Rishabh Pant, I think, who's going to be vice captain with Hardik Pandya once they are back in the
I
T20
don't know. I remain unconvinced by both Pandya, by both Gill as well as Pant.
Who would have you wanted?
From the current setup.
Yeah. As a future captain, it's not. I don't think the Zimbabwe side gives you any blueprint of what's there to go.
I honestly don't know. I can't give you an answer, and that's a worrying thing. The
Not even
closest
Shreyas Iyer?
Yeah, he would be the closest, but he's
I would
neither
go with Sanju
contracted.
Samson.
Sanju Samson.
Sanju Samson is not a
See,
regular. in
no,
this
no,
side.
but
That's the
honestly,
problem.
he is a really good
He's the
choice.
designated
Yeah.
wicketkeeper now
Yes.
for Zimbabwe.
No, I
And he
agree.
could very well be that unofficial vice captain.
Yeah, I think so too. But
Yeah.
the problem is that Sanju has never been a regular.
Yeah.
I agree. He's shown great captaincy acumen both for Kerala as well as for the Rajasthan Royals. I won them a title.
I'll give you the example of England's Oli Pope. How did they make the best of him? By promoting him to number 3 because he wasn't really doing much in the middle order.
In the lower,
That's what
yeah.
you do with certain players, that you push them in the deep waters, and that's how their best comes.
But you do that, I feel. See, again, it's only when he's a 11. He's in the 11 for sure.
See, you need more captaincy options.
And
after Rohit Sharma.
he's gotten those opportunities for India earlier also. I know not at a stretch, he's never gotten
Yeah, Sanju's
many
problem is he's
opportunities
never
with the
gotten
stretch.
it back to
But
back.
he's yeah.
Yeah.
But
the
still,
positions have been fluctuating a lot also.
Positions, formats. ODI here, he plays T20s and vice versa.
no, but we have seen if you do well in one format, then you're called for the other
Listen,
format.
that's how
also.
he got called back here.
Yeah.
He hit that 100 against South Africa
South
and
Africa
ODI,
and ODI.
and then started coming back. So it works well for him also.
Khalil Ahmed is also in that
Oh yeah,
squad.
and he's enjoying something, I guess, on his earphones. Any which way, Dhairya says that there's less.
Certain reel.
Maybe he says that there's. Dhairya says.
Watching sports today.
Rinku's also
The man.
there. I wish he was in the 11.
I wish he was coming out to bat today.
Dhairya says that there's been less crowd in the last 2 games. You did see a good one in the Afghanistan match, but still, why so? Is traveling a problem?
Yes.
Yeah, Dhairya, traveling
Traveling
is a problem.
logistics, a huge issue. In fact, people could not go from Antigua to St. Lucia.
Including some of our people.
Some of our people there on the ground as well. They had to go to the Americas
Different
again,
time.
perhaps to Miami, then come back. So travel is a big issue over there. You don't. In fact, even the teams find it difficult to move around as a group together because you don't have those big Volvos and those big buses over there as well. You don't get the caravan there. You get those small buses in which players move around in batches. Food also, I think Afghanistan complained of certain quality food that they wanted.
yes.
The Indian team, I remember as well when they went last
23,
year.
yeah.
They also faced issues. So yeah, it is.
You did all of this for marketing purposes so that India, Pakistan in New York sounds like the perfect thing to be marketed.
And then see how that worked
Yeah.
out. Vishal Panchal says, Shivam, Dubai not selected for the Zimbabwe tour. Your
Rested?
views?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because he's playing every game here. I know he's not batted and bowled a lot, but you will rest him.
Yeah, I think just a couple of members from India's squad for T20 World Cup have made the cut.
Just Yashasvi and one more person.
Sanju.
Yeah,
And there are 2 others. You got
Reserve,
Khalil and Rinku, but they were both reserves, and Avesh.
Avesh.
And Gill. So all your 4 reserves plus 2 members who haven't played a game yet.
Yes.
So that tells you everything you need to know about the selection. Demon Slayer fan, yikes, says, hope our batting order won't collapse. Yeah, I think we're all hopeful of that, my man. We're all hopeful of that. Some other more comments because we're reaching the points now with the national anthems will be says. GGK says, chill guys, Rohit big knock loading. Oz will be thrashed today. Kuldeep Bumrah will rip them. Ugh. 5 days to go for us to be world champions.
Arey, yaar, he's
Let's not jinx it.
GGK has made it a point of saying this every day now.
Yeah, for 2
I
years.
get the optimism, it's good.
Bahar Ali from Pakistan says, supporting Team India, want to see the Men in Blue as champs. Bahar, thanks. More neighborly relations like that, please. Priyanshu says that Shashwat, even I thought Virat will win the game if it's a run chase. But now would he blindly swing for a quick 30? UV and Virat dominated Australia. Now I think it's Pant's turn. No, could be a good
Yeah,
shout.
and I don't think that he's going to swing blindly. I don't think he's even done that till now. He's playing on the merit only. It's just those extended shots that he plays in ODI.
It's just he looked to be
And
more aggressive.
Yeah, and I think that's going to work for him.
the
For him
wild
today.
hoiks you've seen from Rohit, especially against Afghanistan.
Oh, sorry, I saw it in the IPL also.
This tournament.
In the IPL, 2 games against KKR, he was looking like a rabbit in headlights.
But I'll give it to him for the captaincy he's doing.
I will give him nothing for his batting. That's
yeah,
part of the
batting
problem.
is a concern. Definitely.
See, Mayank Madan says, kya din aa gaya that we're scared of a collapse? Mayank, that's been the truth for years now. That is a fact. We've always been scared of collapses. Bad half an hour is
Bad
a phrase
half hour,
that
bad
40
20 minutes, my
is
God,
burned
those-
into our heads.
Those terms.
Yeah. Shri Citizens makes a good point saying that Rinku did contribute well against Australia in that T20 series right after the World Cup. Might miss him, I agree. He also did well in the T20Is against Afghanistan.
Against then has he not performed?
Exactly.
We
he's
need to
performed well.
remember that.
We're discussing about his stats when we were doing that India-Zimbabwe series.
Phenomenal, 180 strike rate. He's hit more international sixes in this format than Jadeja.
Jadeja.
Tells you everything you need to do.
Why?
He has played the number of games. How many years he has actually played Jadeja? He has played the
GGK
same
makes a
number
good
of
point
games.
saying that why no Chahal for the Zimbabwe tour? Only player not to play this World Cup does not pick, because I think GGK, he's not being seen as a long-term option.
Yeah.
Remember, he didn't get a contract. I think he was paratrooped, or he did an Ashwin in this particular World Cup. But the irony of that is that he did an
didn't
Ashwin
play.
and still didn't play.
Look at it. Ravi Bishnoi plays one series, then Yuzi Chahal, then Yuzi ends up being in the hunt for the purple cap. You thought, okay, then he gets the World Cup call as well, and now he doesn't make it to the he doesn't make it to the 11, makes it to the 15, not the 11. And in the subsequent series, you have those who are around him not get game time like him, make it to the Zimbabwe tour, but not him, because there's a Bishnoi back in the scheme of things.
No, I think Bishnoi was always in the
back
back.
in the
No, I think Bishnoi was always in the scheme of things. Even if Chahal wouldn't have had that season, it was going to be Bishnoi only. He would have travelled. I think the reason why they got in a Yuzi Chahal into the side and in place of a Ravi Bishnoi, because I feel Bishnoi is a more flattish and he kind of darts the ball in. In these conditions, you would have wanted somebody who flies the ball in, who gives more revs to the ball. It's the, you remember in Dubai.
Extra pace also.
In Dubai, this was the reason Chahal didn't go, because he gave it to flight and you wanted somebody who bowls it fast and you
Quicker
took it,
through the air.
yeah, you wanted Rahul
Chakravarti.
Chahar, and this time he got the advantage of that.
I remember you did a video and gave a thumb that Chahal is there for warm a bench.
That's what he's going to be there for.
Yeah.
Fire Raiden says that why is Tushar Deshpande picked above
That
Harshit
is a
Rana?
surprising decision.
Very
CSK.
surprising. Harshit
CSK.
Rana should have been a walk-in in the Zimbabwe
Absolutely.
side.
Listen,
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, and people will accuse me of bias, but,
But I
that's
think
a
it's
fact. Rana was the one bowler KKR used across phases. Tushar Deshpande, I'm sorry to say, is a lottery bowler.
And he
Harshit
goes for a
Rana
lot of runs.
Harshit Rana scored a century last year in domestic.
domestic.
Yeah.
I can bat too.
Yeah,
But I
well
think there
enough.
is one perspective that can be added to this, is that maybe Harshit Rana or even Yash Dayal for that matter, maybe they are just being prepared for that BGT as the bowling reserve,
But
because
Rana-
they are a part of that
Fast bowling.
Yeah, even Mayank. I think Mayank
Rana,
Yadav.
different, actually. Yadav,
Yeah,
yes,
Yadav
Yash
is
Dayal,
there,
yes.
yes.
Mayank Yadav, I think he is not in this side because of this reason only, that you want to protect him from injury.
Yeah, exactly, because he, remember,
And you
suffered a
want him
long-term
to,
injury.
prove his fitness also.
Exactly.
Long-term fitness.
Varun Parvatanani, by the way, with a big, let's say, prediction, and then we'll get to ours, says that VK Sky with the bat and Kuldeep Akshar with the ball are going to shine today, which then brings us to our next question, boys. Predictions.
Yeah.
I'll go first. I am
Yeah.
going with India getting to 189
I feel 187.
and Australia winning.
Ooh. 187 and winner I'll choose at mid.
No.
India winning.
Yeah, there we go.
I'll go last. You go.
Okay. I think India get to about 178, and I think Australia
Okay.
win.
Oh.
Shivam,
Prediction.
prediction.
I support one way, predictions the other, guys. Sorry. I did predict games where KKR would lose also before any of y'all come after me.
170.
170. Okay, so I am predicting 210 for India.
Gone for a 200 plus total. I was waiting for one of us to at least go that far.
210.
I just feel 200 would have been on the cards, but the wicket I think is going to not be that suitable for batting.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Anyway, we'll take your leave and hopefully not have to join you for a rain update. We
Yeah.
hate those. So we'll take your leave. Thank you guys so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe, tap the bell, leave us a comment, follow us on socials. Stay tuned. We'll be back with you soon enough and with more other content from the world of sports. Right now, though, from Harshit, Shashwat, Siddharth, and me, it is goodbye.